Hello, Vijaya. Namaste and Akyamcho to you and our listeners.
Super having you on, Snehal. And we have this interesting question from one of our listeners again, and they're asking that as a US citizen, how long do they need to wait before they can sponsor their second wife for a green card?
Yeah, that does happen
Yeah.
even in our community, right? So I'm going to assume that this listener filed a green card for their first wife and maybe it didn't work out or whatever, and now is looking to sponsor a second wife.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, the immigration laws, they do allow you to do that, to sponsor a green card for a second spouse. If your previous marriage was properly terminated and you were free to marry your second spouse, and that goes for both you and your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
The key here is how much time has passed since that first application, since the termination of your marriage, your remarriage, and filing for your second spouse, because it's really all about timing. There is no specific immigration law that says you have to wait a minimum amount of time between the two marriages and filing the green card.
Mm-hmm.
So for our U.S. citizens, not green card holders, because for green card holders, there is a specific rule, and I will mention that a little bit later. But so if you divorce your first spouse after they receive their green card, let's say, and then you married your second spouse, immigration is going to be very suspicious if there's a quick divorce and a quick marriage to someone else. Because let's not forget, the green card application is based on marriage, right? You have to prove a bona fide relationship.
Bona fide, yeah.
Right, and that you entered the marriage into good faith, meaning you didn't get married or marry somebody in order for them to get a green card. So we have to look at how much time has passed between sponsoring your first spouse and the second spouse. Yeah. So if you got married, filed for the green card, got divorced relatively quick, and then turned around and married somebody else right away and filed their green card, this raises red flags to immigration.
Yeah, they're going to scrutinize it really close.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you wait, let some time pass, it's going to be helpful for your case. They're going to scrutinize the case to see, was the first marriage bona fide, right? Or is the second marriage a suspicious relationship, or both?
Yeah.
So they're going to look to see, what happened with your first spouse after the divorce. Did they go back to their home country? Because if they left, then it might be easier for you to sponsor your second spouse because, maybe things really didn't work out. Did you have children together with your first spouse? So they're going to look at all of that. And when we meet people in these types of situations, we want to know the reason, circumstances of the divorce. Maybe was your first spouse cheating? Was there abuse? Right? Because then it paints a very different kind of picture for immigration.
Right.
They might be more sympathetic to your situation. But generally, subsequent marriages are tricky if they are close in time. And even if your first spouse, let's say, has a 10-year green card or is naturalized, they're still going to want to know why you're sponsoring someone else, right? Because you've already sponsored someone who's now maybe a citizen, and now you're looking to bring somebody else here as a lawful permanent resident. So it raises questions. And the other thing I want to mention is about green card holders, and we've actually talked about this topic before. Now, if you're a green card holder and you obtained your green card through marriage, okay, then you have to wait 5 years from when you got your green card before you can sponsor your new spouse. And again, the main reason for this is to, prevent marriage fraud. And we've seen various different scenarios in these types of situations, where you marry somebody, you get a green card, marry a U.S. citizen, get a green card, and then divorce, and you maybe marry your sweetheart back home, the green card holder, right? Go back home, marry your, sweetheart from high school or something. So these cases are very fact specific. We have to go through all the details. So proceed with caution, if you are in this kind of situation, and, reach out to us so that we can help you with sponsorship of your new spouse and be successful.
Right. Right. Well, thank you for bringing that. There it is complicated. You have to proceed with caution because they're going to go through with a fine tooth comb through all of this. So thank you for bringing that to our notice, Snehal. And folks, if you are looking to secure that green card, citizenship, Canadian immigration, adjustment of status, H-1B visas, or marriage cases like we just talked about, then just go to